question. Here's the elephant in the room. Do you think Justin Mohn is truly competent?
Yes, there's an evaluation that was done. I think, the standard for competency is, can you assist in your defense and understand the proceedings? He clearly does that. Throughout all the hearings, he's followed along. As Judge Corr said yesterday, he's communicated with his defense and he has strategized with them.
But he also appears to blame the federal government for his lack of professional success. He seems to believe that had he been successful in a citizen's arrest of his father, that he might have been able to be interrogated to reveal the other federal employees who are conspiring against him. Does that sound?
So whether or not I agree with those views, the evidence, which is what we have to look at, shows that he planned stage by stage of this. He set out a plan. Rarely do we see this much premeditation evidence. I don't know that I've ever in 18 years had a case where the murderer wrote out the to-do list, what they were going to do, the steps they took or would take and eventually did take to commit a homicide. So as far as did he know what he was doing, I think the evidence that was quite frankly uncovered by Middletown Township Police and the Bucks County detectives, they didn't stop at that YouTube video. They dug deep and found layer upon layer of premeditation these detectives found.
The judge said yesterday how unusual it is for someone to get up there and give their opening statements, and then he spent over 2 hours on the stand. I'm just curious, what did you make of all of that?
Quite frankly, and I said it in my closing argument, the defense of this being just a citizen's arrest is a story concocted by the defendant himself to fit his narrative. All the evidence shows he was always going to shoot that gun in that house. He was always going to kill his father. There was no legitimate citizen's arrest to be made. All his internet searches showed he didn't want his neighbors to know he was going to shoot him. He knew his parents' routine. And quite frankly, I would point to the internet search of, does a bullet pass through the human head? The day before, he fired a bullet through his dad's head.
You began your close by saying there are only, regarding the murder charge, there are only two verdicts, two possible verdicts. What did you mean by that?
I think there's only one verdict, and it's guilty on all charges, but any consideration for a mental health defense, he's been evaluated. He's been given the chance to plead that like any one of us would be given that chance. He's declined to do that, and no evaluator has ever given an opinion that he is legally insane at the time he committed the murder. So there's really only one verdict I think that should happen, and that's guilty on all charges.
Thanks.